Virgo, hi. How are you guys doing this week? My name is Jenny if you're new here. Welcome to my channel. I go over the astrology transit highlights every week, and this one's going to be from September 1st to September 7th. I can't believe we're in September already, Virgo. I feel like August was a short month, but it felt like a long month, if you know what I'm saying. It's probably especially for you Virgos, because Leo season can be a little bit more tiring for you. We have a big freaking week, Virgos, big week. We have Uranus going retrograde. Saturn's retrograding back into Pisces. Mercury is moving into Virgo, which is going to benefit you guys so freaking much. And then we have the eclipse season starting, which is the Pisces full moon eclipse. This one, I mean, you guys, the nodal axis is just in your sign right now, Virgo. You guys are going through huge changes during these eclipse seasons. You know, you guys are the star. This is Pisces energy, but this is your 7th house. It's a lot of energy for you guys. And let's just get into it, because this week there's a lot of energy dynamics and what's changing. Monday, September 1st, Saturn is going to be moving into Pisces, and that's happening at 3 a.m. So you're going to wake up Monday morning with the feeling of Saturn in Pisces. Now, Virgo, we have already felt Saturn in Pisces for the past 2.5 years. So you're not unfamiliar with this energy. You understand this energy. And right now we're really finishing up what this journey that Saturn has brought us with this Pisces energy in Saturn. And some of you guys might have broken up, relationships, marriages, maybe found the love of your life. Saturn, Daddy Saturn is that sign of commitment. So you could have gotten married, gotten engaged, or maybe when Saturn retrogrades back into Pisces, you will get engaged and get married and meet somebody, or just really understand what you want out of relationships, as well as putting boundaries up in relationships that don't serve you anymore. That is a big one as well. Saturn is the king of boundaries. So Saturn in Pisces is going to be a long transit. It's going to go direct at the end of November, but then it will be in Pisces for a longer time until the spring. So we are going to be feeling this, the day of, you might be feeling a little bit more, especially at that 29th anaretic degree. At the same time, this is about being disciplined in the relationships that you bring into your life. Really, at the end of the day, all relationships, all of them, not just romantic, platonic too. So this energy, you're used to it. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just finishing up a cycle that you're looking to end. And that way you can go on to bigger and better things, Virgo. Now, it will be a Sagittarius moon that day. And what I love about this is the Sagittarius moon will be trining Mercury at 6:30 p.m. This is great for your guys' subconscious and subconscious beliefs coming forward, as this Mercury retrograde that you guys experienced really was rewriting your subconscious in that 12th house, rewriting your mental health, really showing you where your mental health is actually at. Are you over-criticizing yourself? Are you over-criticizing others? Judgment, over-analyzation. These were all looking for a revamp and a perception change during this time. So this trine is beautiful flowing energy when it comes to your emotions and it comes to your mental health. At 8:45 p.m., we will move into a Capricorn moon. So Tuesday, September 2nd, we will wake up with a Capricorn moon. So Capricorn moon energy for you guys, I absolutely love. This is all about your creativity. This is about your inner child. It's about finding joy, your children, dating. Capricorn moons are a great time also to disassociate yourself emotionally from emotionally tense situations and focus on your own self and your own creativity. Like follow those passions, follow those joys. And also, what are you building when it comes to your creativity and joy? It doesn't have to be your actual job. If you have a 9-to-5 job, it could be a hobby. It could be a hobby you're trying to turn into a job. Whatever it may be, it's about following your emotions and when it comes to your creativity and your joy, but kind of distancing yourself from other people's emotions and letting those emotions affect you. But Mercury moves into Virgo at 9 a.m., you guys, and this is a beautiful transit for you Virgos, because one, you guys are best friends with Mercury. Mercury and Virgo are best friends. So we're going to feel extra crispy. You're going to feel really on fire when it comes to your communication, when it comes to who you are, when it comes to communicating who you are, being your authentic self. And also, you're going to be very self-aware about how you're talking to yourself and how you're talking to others. Very, very self-aware. When we have transits to that first house, It really makes us super self-aware, whatever that planet represents. And Mercury is our mental. So it's really, you're going to be very mentally aware of the situations and things that are going on. So I love Mercury in Virgo for you. It's also going to be, trining your fifth house of creativity and joy. You guys might get a lot of epiphanies during this time when it comes to where you're trying to progress in life. When it comes to that creativity, when it comes to that joy, growth, expansion, spirituality, things like that. Those are all working together in your favor. Wednesday, September 3rd, we will have a Capricorn moon. Now at 2:40 a.m., we're going to have Mercury square Uranus right away. And this is a nighttime transit, so you might feel this, you might not. Oh, also, I do Central Standard Time, by the way. Don't know if I mentioned that earlier, so, change your time zone accordingly. But Mercury square Uranus, you might feel this Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Mercury's moving pretty quick now, so it is a quick transit, but it could be something like an aha moment when it comes to your career, when it comes to your public image. It could be very surprising. Uranus is surprising, and it's like, with our mind, like Uranus is chaos, surprises, breakthroughs. Mercury is our mind. Uranus is a higher octave of Mercury. They're working together. You could not get a lot of sleep that night. You could feel very mentally agitated or very mentally like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, like excitable. It could play out in a lot of ways, but just pay attention to your dreams because a lot of stuff's going to come through during your dreams. Now, the Capricorn moon will square Mars at 6:20 a.m., which just know that moon transits move really fast. So if you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, especially if you didn't get a lot of sleep or something like that, don't set yourself up for damage for the rest of the day. Set yourself up for success. Just know that this is the moon transit. It's going to pass. But what I do love about the Capricorn moon square Mars right now is this, this is really about your creativity and how you value yourself and how you go about going after your passions, if that makes sense. So you could get a little discouraged, but it's just looking for a little bit of change in how you communicate with yourself. It's looking for a perception change. I do love that the Capricorn moon is going to oppose Jupiter because even oppositions with Jupiter, it gives us this optimism, this light, this airy feeling, which I absolutely love. So even though we have that square to Mars, pull into that Jupiter energy. It's about your hopes and dreams. You guys are really expanding right now. If you're trying to get on social media as a Virgo, this is the perfect time. I just went through this transit. My social media grew exponentially when Jupiter was in Gemini, which is my 11th house. So it's like, find that joy, find that expansion. Like wherever your heart is leading you to grow and expand is where you should be going, pretty much. Now, Thursday, September 4th, we will have an Aquarius moon. And the Aquarius moon will sextile Neptune, trine Uranus, and conjunct Pluto. The big thing about Aquarius moons right now is you guys are in this transformation with Pluto and Aquarius. You have to be very, very careful about your health, which Virgos, you naturally are. This is the house that you naturally rule, that you're getting this Pluto transit in. But you have to be very careful when it comes to your time and your management. Where are you putting the power outside of yourself when it comes to how you're managing your time and your day-to-day and finding those miracles in the mundane and your physical health? So every time the moon goes into Aquarius, which happens once a month, you're going to get an emotional hit of deep, deep transformation where Pluto will show you where you're putting the power outside of yourself because it's asking you to stop putting the power outside of yourself because you are the power, you are the creator of your own reality, you are the universe. Like you are enough and you can always figure it out when it comes to your time and your management. So it's like blaming other people about why you can't get things done, especially if you have children or something like that. I know a Virgo that's like that. It's like wake up an hour earlier, stay up an hour later. Like you can always find those little moments and little times. Like I have a kid as well, so I know. You can always find those little moments in time to nurture your soul, pretty much is what it's looking to do, and finding those miracles in the mundane. So when we have our emotions and emotional body and where we're emotionally fulfilled, making a conjunction to Pluto, that's going to happen at 9 a.m. So it's like, where are you emotionally fulfilling your time, and where are you not emotionally fulfilling your time? So, just I got a notification just then, and I was like, stop reading it, Jenny, ADHD. All right. Another thing that's happening Thursday that you could be feeling Thursday night, halfway through, it's basically Thursday and Friday because it's a longer transit, is Mars that's sitting in Libra is going to be making a square to Jupiter. And this could feel a little bit of tension between your sense of self and your subconscious beliefs when it comes to your hopes and dreams and your resources and your values. This could just feel a little bit of tension, like I want to take action here, but how do I? How do I get from here to here? And this is not the time to really figure it out. This is the time to understand where your perception is. Are you saying you can do it, or are you saying you can't do it? And we don't always get the answers right away, but just knowing, be like, I know eventually I will get the answer. And just not getting discouraged, that's going to be very important during this transit for you, especially if it has to do with relationships and friend groups and communities in your life. Just, they might not be you might not feel like they're valuing you enough, and you're probably right? But that also comes with you setting up those boundaries and respecting yourself. Like, do you respect yourself, Virgo? How do you respect yourself? Do you love yourself? Do you value yourself? Value is just respect, in my opinion. So there could be that. Now, Friday, September 5th, we have the Aquarius moon, and I love this because the Aquarius moon is making a trine to Mars at 4 p.m., which for you guys is, this is your work houses. This is your resources, your time, your management, and you valuing yourself, money. This is a beautiful trine energy. This is your emotions, your emotional fulfillment on the same page as your value and how you value yourself, and maybe how you value your material possessions. Maybe you buy something new for yourself, to help you manage your time better. Maybe you get a watch. I don't know. I don't know who wears watches anymore, but you know what I'm saying. That this is just good, natural flowing energy. But Friday could feel a little bit more of an anticipation kind of day, which anticipation can be masked as anxiety. It's just anticipation because we have Uranus going retrograde at 11:51 p.m. And Uranus going retrograde, can make us feel really busy in the mind. Uranus is a higher octave as Mercury. You guys, you Virgos, you're ruled by Mercury. You're already busy in the mind in a lot of ways. Mercury is in Virgo, which is giving you guys actually a step up. It's helpful for that sign to be in your sign, pretty much. Well, Mercury to be in your sign. But you could feel a little bit of anxiousness this day as Uranus goes and turns retrograde, especially with these outer planets. We can really feel it, but just know it's anticipation. There might be a perception change. You might get some aha moments when it comes to your career, when it comes to your public image. You might get these total switch ups when it comes to your career. Honestly, I've seen it with these transits before. So just pay attention to how you're feeling and shake it out. Move your body, work out. That is going to help you so much. Go for a walk, okay? Especially if you can't meditate, start just moving your body. You know what I mean? Focus on moving your arms, shaking it out, things like that. But you could feel this anticipation. All right, so Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be full moon eclipse energy to the fullest. Some of you Virgos might already have an idea of what this eclipse is bringing for you, just because it's in your prominent houses, it's in your 7th house, and it's opposing you. So you Virgos are going to feel this eclipse a lot, okay? One of the most, all mutable signs, but you guys definitely, just because you have the South Node in your sign. So this eclipse season's about you. So you might already had an idea of what this eclipse is bringing you, but full moons reveal something. Something about your partnerships and relationships is going to be revealed to you. Simple as that. And you're going to figure out, let's see if I can, basically Virgo, this is such a broad house, but the 7th house also denotes to change. Huge changes. I have my North Node in the 7th house. It's not just about partnerships and relationships. It's about going away from how you were raised into changing into who you desire to be. Going away from you, going towards that desire. 7th house, partnerships and relationships, yes, but it's change. So some of you Virgos could get epiphanies that you want to move, that you want to pick up your life and be around new people, new partnerships and relationships. That happened to me so freaking much when I got transits to my North Node in the 7th house. So this is a big eclipse for you that could last 4 months after. So you can make a decision now, and then 6 months from now, you could carry out that decision. But full moons are about endings, and in turn, also harvesting, which I believe, some of you could get married, some of you could get engaged, some of you could break up, some of you could decide you want to move across the country and involve yourself around new people, or move to a different country. This is so broad but not broad, because either way, huge change is happening for you, Virgo. Either way. So every Virgo is going to experience that. It might just not happen this weekend, but some ideas are going to come to the surface. If you are not being super distracted, Virgo, and you are allowing yourself the space and the grace to be in your own energy and understand what you truly desire when it comes to your joy, when it comes to your heart, then this eclipse is going to feel good. You guys could be even ending jobs, starting new jobs. I mean, any big life changes are so good around eclipses, because that means that these eclipses are putting you in alignment to your vibration that serves you. So just keep that in mind. If huge changes are happening, you guys are a mutable sign. You guys flow with changes really easily. I'm a Leo rising, okay? Change is hard for me. Well, if you're a Virgo that has also a lot of fixed placements, it might be a little hard. But naturally, Virgo energy, you guys are mutable. You guys go with it. You guys are like, okay, we got to change. We got to fix here. You guys are all about these little details. So it's like, I understand that these little details need to change in order for this big thing to change. So this is why it might take 6 months for you guys to really move forward, just based off of understanding like what the bigger picture is. Like, you see all the little details that need to take place, and they might be revealed to you in order to make this big freaking change, Virgo. All right, Virgo, I'm going to do an energy card pull. So pick one or two. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Also, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate all the support, the likes, the comments, Virgo. This is a big one for you. Whoa, those cards really wanted to come out. This is a big one for you, this eclipse season. Everybody gets hit every 19 and a half years. I got hit with all my Libra placements before. I'm going to get hit with all my Leo rising next year, pretty much, when it leaves. So these big changes don't happen very often. So take advantage of them, and just know that, like, this is just temporary, these changes, so that you can end up in a bigger and better situation that serves you vibrationally. All right, Virgo, number 1. Oh, I love this. This is the image here. Wow. Split open is what I'm hearing for number 1s. Split open. I feel like next week there is going to be a little tiny spark that maybe has already started or is starting, okay? And it really has to do with your current situation and who's around you and who you're surrounding yourself with right now. And it could be business. I do have some Pentacle energy out here as well. It could be business, but it's really like who sparks you and who doesn't spark you, and who are you allowing into your life. And this, week, you could feel like you're really being split open with the change that's happening. But at the same time, you're going to be going towards what your heart is calling for. So this spiral here, there could be a little downs and then up, little down, little up. So it could feel very, very up and down this week, but in a way where just understand that there is a bigger picture for you. So if you feel those up and downs, number 1s, and you're feeling very chaotic, focus on that bigger picture while tackling those little details as they come. So number 2s. Look at that. That's so beautiful. Portal energy, number 2s. Portal energy, number 2s. Ooh. Okay, I actually have 2 messages for number 2s. Oh my God. Relationships in such a positive light, such a positive way. I'm hearing that communication in your relationships right now, that's a separate message, sorry. Communication in your relationships right now are going to be so important, and there is a hurdle. If you are in a relationship, this is for you. If there is a little hurdle or miscommunication that you're currently going through or next week going through, you're going to be so eloquent with your words and understand how to communicate to your partner next week, and in turn it's going to grow you guys closer together. So I hear, just make sure, especially when Mercury goes into Virgo, which was Tuesday. Tuesday, you're going to get a lot of epiphanies on how to communicate with your partner. Now, number twos, I'm really seeing a lot of action energy, and I'm seeing a lot of divine inspiration energy that's coming through here. And it might feel like next week, this is number twos, but this is 2B. 2B. I'm hearing that like you guys are going to literally feel like you're walking through a portal. So you might feel next week that you have one foot in the back door, one foot in the front door. And there's just this like little tension in the middle, that's little conflict in the middle that's going to be looked to be figured out before you can go through that front door and go through that portal. So it's very exciting, and this is just the start of this energy. This is just the start of it. I do see like excitement, but I also feel like, you know, it's very much like I feel super excited about this, but then back here it's like, oh, but I got to deal with this. But then I feel super excited about this, but then I got to deal with this. So just know that that wishy-washy energy is pushing you through a portal to move forward, pretty much. All right, thank you so much, Virgo. I'll see you next week.